question 1 was that you have a square and they've given you the coordinates of 3 of the points on the square, and they asked you to give the final coordinates of the last point. Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to make a graph where we label our axis, x-axis, y-axis, and they've told you that one of the points is on 2, 3, 2, 3, so we know we have the point 2, 3, we have the point 4, minus 1, and we have the point 0, minus 3. Remember that the first one after the brackets is always the x-coordinate, how far along do we go? And the second one after the bracket is always the y-coordinate, how high up or down. So we start with looking at the x-coordinate, which is 2, 1, 2 across, and 3 up, 1, 2, 3. So we get a point here. That's one of the corners of our square. The next point is 4 along, 1, 2, 3, 4, and minus 1 down, which will give us a point here. So that's another corner of our square. Then we have the point 0, so we're on the middle here, and then minus 3. 1, 2, 3. Minus 3. So we can now see 3 coordinates of our square. I should actually label my axis here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that we see where we are. And minus 5 we've got down here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 5 will be here. Okay, so now I have 3 coordinates. Let me fill in the first 3 sides of my square. There's 1, the first 2, and there's 1. So how do I determine the last one? Well, I actually need to think, what am I doing from each point? Here I'm going along 3 and up 2. And here I'm going up 3 and along 2. So that's what I need to do here. I need to go along 3, 1, 2, 3, and down 2, 1, 2. And then when you do exactly the same there, you'll get your coordinate. Or you can draw 2 right angles from your other final points and make sure that it's a square. It's not so easy to do without the lined paper, but you'll be going along 3 and down 2, or along 2 and up 3, and you'll get your final point. And you should get that you get the coordinate minus 2 in the x direction and 1 in the y direction. So your coordinate for that point should be minus 2, 1. Then the second question was, you have 3 cars and you have the distance on the y-axis and you have the time on the x-axis. Well, let's think of it, let's say that here's 1 hour. Which car has gone the slowest or shortest distance? It doesn't really matter what it is. Let's say that this was 30 kilometers. Then, of course, the car with the lowest gradient, the line that is less steep, the lowest gradient, that's going to be the slowest car. In the same distance, in the same time, it's traveled the shortest distance. So if you're going to start with the slowest speed first, you're going to get car A is slowest. Car B has the middle speed. And car C is the fastest. In the 1 hour time that it's travelled, look, car C looks like it's gone around 90 or 100 kilometers. Maybe this guy was speeding. But sometimes when they give you these coordinates, it just helps to sketch something in yourself. Take either a time or take a distance and see, for that distance, how long have the cars gone. So it gives you a good idea. But take some easy numbers there, and that helps. So car A is the slowest, car B is the middle, and car C is the fastest. Now we're buying 4 different boxes of paper clips. And we can see that we have different prices and different number of paper clips. So we have number of paper clips in this axis. It could, for example, be 100 here. We don't really know, and it doesn't really matter exactly how many. But the cost could be 20 kroners, could be 50. The actual numbers don't matter, because the questions here are all about understanding which of the boxes is cheapest. Well, the cheapest one will have the lowest cost. So we just look at which one goes the least high distance on the y-axis. This will be the cheapest. So, answer to that one is box C is cheapest. Answer the whole question. Question B was, which box is most expensive? Well, if the one lowest down on the y-axis is the cheapest, the one highest up on the y-axis is the most expensive. So box A is the most expensive. Then the next one is, which boxes cost the same amount? Well, there are two boxes that have the same cost. They're on the same line of the y-axis, and that is box B and D. Box B and D cost the same. And question D, which box had just as many paper clips? Well, here's paper clips. It could have been 100 or 50 but there are two boxes that have exactly the same number of paper clips in. They have totally different costs. Box C, you get a lot more paper clips for your money because it's the cheapest than you do for box B. But box B and C have the same number of paper clips. So that was the first three questions, and then we'll carry on with the next three in a minute.